been a police officer for 14 years, and just recently I decided that I did want to be my own hero. And the alternate benefits of this is that I also get to tell myself the scene's safe.
So you're smartened up.
Yeah, well, getting there.
Working on it.
So today we're going to be going over some options for carrying concealed or unconcealed, however you decide to do it. Different types of holsters. We're going to be talking about materials, retention, and safety considerations as far as holsters go. When considering off-duty carry holster, it is important to find what works best for you. There are primarily two different ways to carry a holster. Whether you talk about concealed or going full bore for the world to see, you're either going to be wearing it inside the waistband or outside the waistband. And we're not talking about rifles slung across your back going into local Walmart. Which, by the way, is a poor idea. So, some of the advantages to a outside the waistband holster, it's going to be a lot quicker to deploy your weapon. It is going to show if you're trying to be more concealed. Inside the waistband, it might be a little harder to deploy your weapon faster. And just as a side note, this speech was designed for police officers who aren't very smart, by the way. So the benefit to wearing inside the waistband for a holster is going to be a lot easier to conceal. So if you're in somewhere where you don't want people knowing you're carrying a gun, it's probably going to be the way to go. Alternatively, different positions to carry concealed. As you can see with the picture on my right, that's about the 3-4 o'clock position, which normally when we're on duty is where we're going to be carrying our weapons anyways. If you're carrying inside the waistband, it's going to be a lot easier because you can pretty much mount that anywhere. You can mount it at like 5 o'clock position, or like I do, right up front, appendix. And I know everybody's going to be saying the jokes like, you're probably going to shoot yourself somewhere that's really painful. And trust me, I've been doing it for 5 years and it's never happened. The only thing that hurts is my gut when I'm done.
Small target.
Oh, it is what it is. So, other things to keep in mind are the types of materials you use. For the purposes, this is what I use normally. It's going to be a Kydex holster. Kydex basically a hard plastic that can be molded with heat to fit the shape. And I didn't bring any firearms with me because I just didn't. But with these, if the fit's right, you can shake the thing all day and your gun's not going to come out. You don't need any extra hoods to flip down or safety buttons. Which, with a holster like this, the only thing holding it in is this little retention button right there that you got to push. There's also leather holsters, which leather's nice, but you got to think if you're sweating on it and the heat, that's going to break down the material a lot faster. Okay. And there is another picture coming up of a holster that you should never use, but I know we've all done it before, and that's the cheap Uncle Mike's or Black Hawk holsters you can buy at Walmart for $15. Don't do it. There's a lot of chance you're going to get hurt, and trust me, I've used them, but I never carry one in the chamber because I'm afraid of shooting myself with it. And we'll be talking quickly about a study conducted by Department of Homeland Security, I think it was 2012, and there's going to be a reference to this holster right here by Black Hawk, the Serpa 2. So, Department of Homeland Security and the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center in Glencoe, Georgia, found that they had a lot of negligent discharges with these holsters. You might ask why that is. Well, the problem is, under stress, people trying to shoot fast, you cannot draw a weapon from this if you put any sort of tension outward. And people under stress are generally putting a lot of stress on their firearm, pulling it up. And they can't hit this button to disengage, so they're mashing their finger into it. So when they do release the slack, their finger's still jamming into this button, and when they pull, finger slips right into the trigger guard, and bang, they shot themselves. So these have been highly regulated at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. So I've had an issue with these, I've used them, they hold the weapon well and you can't get it out, but on the reverse side, when you need it, you can't get the weapon out. Which goes to show training. Training. And this is the one I was talking about. The cheap old Black Hawk nylon holster that fits any size gun. You could probably fit a 12 gauge in that if you really tried. I wouldn't try sticking it inside your waistband because it would probably look a little funny. You'd be walking like Pavo. Where is? Oh. So,
Hide it.
all that said, I want everybody to think about it. If you're gonna carry a gun, first thing, other than picking a good firearm and make sure it's clean, you got good ammo, is also your holster. Because your holster is gonna be your lifeline. Okay, it's gonna hold your weapon tight, secure to your body, and the great thing about the Kydex, if it starts to loosen up or anything like that, you can hit it with some heat and kind of remold it to the firearm. And this lovely one right here, I'll pass it around, even has an attachment so you can wear your firearm with a flashlight on it.
Can you go interior with that, Chuck?
I mean, you could. It might get a little hot on the side.
Found the dog.
So-
What about its misery?
I appreciate everybody being here and you guys backing me, unlike my brothers in blue.
That's what
And that's about it. Thanks, everybody.